Yo, all right. The content that keeps on contenting. So after going on No Jumper, I spoken a lot of things over there, and I felt like every topic that I touched on has had its own wave in the different communities that I'm in. Um I was just on Academics Live with TQ. TQ got on there, utilized the platform to tell his side of the story. Um, and since I saw him at um No Jumper, I've gotten to get his perspective. And I'm not gonna say he is lying or Boosie is lying. I think they're all holding certain things back, and it could be because they want to take it to court or they want to be able to defend themselves. They want things to be admissible in court, I should say, right? And also maybe they're holding back certain things too because they don't want to go so low, or they don't want to affect their business, because I'm sure they all have businesses with other companies, so they're looking at their reputation in that way. But yeah, they're both admitting a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure if I was to have Boosie on the platform out here, a whole nother side of the story, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you know certain conversations happen privately, you probably would know a lot of things that the public don't know. I touched on Tariq Nasheed and FBA, and you know he's recently responded, which I am going to watch clips of that and also give my reaction. But another place, Twitter, where there's been like a wave, because there's a lot of FBA people on there. That's a place where they politic. That's a place where they gather. So they have invited me to their spaces, and I think some of them have wanted to learn about me. They seem intrigued. Some of them want to bleed. They want to put all their pain, all any African that says something they don't like, it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to bleed. They want to let me know like who they are. Like we are it. You know. And there's some of them they won't say it out outright, but it seems like they wanted credit when I was speaking. It's something that I've learned, right? It's like when I was speaking, even though I didn't disrespect anybody, people can still be like, you disrespected me, because I was speaking about delineation. And delineation is something that the people from FBA, ADOS, they the ones that's been speaking on delineation. Now, let me make this clear. I've learned about all of this on the internet. In real life, I've always considered myself as black. I'm also African, like, on the internet, you know, I'll be told that I'm not black by some people. You're not black. But if I say I'm not black, then there'll be other black people who are mad. Well, you trying to separate yourself from us. You trying to say you're not us. So it's like you can't win. So for me, I'm just documenting the experience, and we will see where everything transitions into. So in these spaces, when I go in there, it's very hostile. Usually I'm the only African guy on the stage, and they're going in and they think they're cooking me or something. And I'm like, yo, this just a black supremacist cult that's very extreme, who are focusing on Africans and immigrants when the power is, in the white man's hands. And you got so many other immigrants coming here to take. There's Russians, there's Cubans. I mean, the list goes on, right? But it's like you want to make your problem the Africans, and it's not happening when you walk outside the streets. That's why I always make it clear this is internet thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I go in there and I let people just dance and perform. And sometimes I'll chime in and troll back or whatever. But it's clear that it's just a place where people are trying to have their therapy, you know? Because how I go into space and I'm being me, one person, where everybody there is saying they're in the same group, and I'm like the outsider in there, and 20 people are like, or 10 people are like coming off their mic. It's like, what kind of intimidation is that? Like, what kind of threat am I? Like, and then I'm being accused of everything every African has done. So it's like, come on, man. Can't take it serious all the time. But as far as delineation, I I have come to understand the overall point. It's just there's always an issue with the person that's presenting it, because some of them be so angry and mad. And it's like nobody's gonna listen to you when you are in attack mode. It's just gonna be constant. And also, you in a public space politicking with your group of people on a white man's app. What are you talking about? Like, if you really planning something, it should be hidden and nobody should see it. The moment you bring it outside and you expose how you feel, people are also gonna chime in and they're gonna react to it. You're gonna be like, "Oh, stop talking about us. Oh, you dissing us." Da 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 da. But it's like, yo, you made this public content and you expressing your feelings, and where's the leadership where everything is being planned out? That's the U.S. military. When they planning things, go on Twitter and plan out how they're gonna execute a mission. If they did that, you think anybody would like take them serious? Like, let's be real. But all of it, I'm still going through my assessment of everything. Um and I think because initially a lot of folks was on Clubhouse where they used to bang, you know, and some of those folks have come to Twitter Spaces, have connected with other Twitter people, So there's FBA, there's ADOS, there's people that would just be like they Black American, and I even noticed I went to a space. They were like, "We're Black American. We're not FBA. We don't fuck with the FBAs. Tariq Nasheed is a clown." So it's like even within these separate groups and cults, like they don't fuck with each other, which is very, very interesting. So it's like wherever you go, they have their own way of acceptance, their own rules, what you can say and cannot say as an African. So they're all playing different goals. It's like they all creating a separated ethnicities within this black umbrella. So the delineation, what I understand, is that basically, let's say Africans need Coca-Cola and Black Americans need Pepsi. You don't put everybody as black, because then you're not going to disperse the Coca-Cola rightfully and disperse the Pepsi rightfully. Like, imagine if you think everybody's black, so you giving the Pepsi to the Africans when they need Coca-Cola, and you giving the Pepsi to the Black Americans when the Africans need that. So if you delineate and let everybody know you're this, I am this and that, then resources are going to be distributed properly. I think that's the basis of everything, right? But then it turned into, you Africans don't fuck with us. We're the reason why you're in this country. You know, that's when the Africans respond, they be like, well, y'all hate us. Y'all, but it's like the whole you are here because of me. It's like it's the whole superiority thing. And where is that learned from? It's learned from the slave master, you know. So when you play that, like, I'm superior, you're docile, and that's some of the words they will use, based on my assessment in the rooms that I've been in. They're like, y'all Africans are docile, we the this da, 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 da. So it's like this superiority complex, because white people have always told black people that they're down, they're three-fourths of a human. So some of these guys and these cults are now trying to exercise superiority on Africans and Caribbean people, thinking that we're better than y'all. You know what I'm saying? And yes, there is also the side where there are Africans who are also saying that they're better than Black Americans. So it's not a one-sided thing, it's both. I just happen to be on a platform where I truthfully said, if you want this separation, I don't have the power to do that. in the form of a document or legislature. I can't do that. You got to go to the white people, the government, and people are like, we don't need the white people to delineate. We don't need the white people. But at the same time, you're asking the white people for reparations. You're asking the white people for equality, you know, Kanye West ran for president. Nobody voted for him. Black people should have voted for Kanye because there was two, what they call at that time, you got to vote for the lesser evil. Biden is white, crime bill. Trump is white. They're saying he's racist. Okay. These two people, they're like, let's vote for the lesser evil. Black people still voted for a white person, Biden. So you already know where the power is. So those are the people that can actually say, by legislature, by document, here's a separation. And it's like, it's not that that separation hurts anybody, you know what I mean? Or it's like, I lose anything or anybody else loses anything. It's just that within that conversation, there's a lot of rhetoric that's being created that will create more separation, even though the delineation is for fair fair distribution of resources. But now it becomes an infight. And that's what I essentially speak on for real, for real. Let's see
Now,
what you're saying.
they had a show on Adam's show up there a few days ago. Now they mentioned me on there. They had some Nigerian tether on there lying.
You see, first off, I'm not Nigerian, but them still my brothers. So if you call me Nigerian, I ain't gonna be mad. You feel me? But it's like he just made up where I'm from. And as far as the tether, so a tether, I guess, is essentially like a tag along of somebody who comes here and adopts the American culture here. So that's what they call a tether. And I'm the leader of the tethers. I'm the head of the tether nation. It's called tethercation. I can educate you on how to be a tether. Like, the word is not offensive at all. But, I've seen people on Twitter, Tariq has reposted me a couple of times, and I've seen people in the comment section and they'll say tether, tether. And I think somewhere in their mind, they really think they're being offensive, like, tether. But I'm like, yeah, tether. And now I'm trying to find somebody who makes t-shirts so I could make a tether shirt. I'm gonna do a photo shoot and be like the first openly tether. I'm gonna come out the closet as I said tether, man. I will make tether hot. I will monetize tether, bro. I promise you. There's a coin on Coinbase called Tether. I guess is it one of them crypto joints? And I'm like, maybe I can get a deal with them, do some commercials, man. Let's get this money. It's talking about the dollar, man. What? I see dollar signs next to Tether, man. So let's get this bag.
Because I interviewed Tariq and he's just blaming everything you could possibly talk about. He just blames it on the non-FBAs. Yeah. He's like, well, what's FBA? What's the foundational Black Americans? So basically, someone who came from slavery.
They think Africans are here, like taking their jobs and.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this before Tariq goes, right? It's like I'm speaking. And I'm not speaking to all Black Americans. Yo, Black Americans, there's a variety of Black Americans, bro. Like, there's niggas that is straight hood. There's niggas that's corporate. Just all levels, social levels that think differently. It's not a monolith. Being Black is not even a monolith. You know what I'm saying? There are these section of groups of people, and some of them are cults, and they like Black supremacists, and they really be going against like whoever is they don't consider to be Black, that they feel like they can stand on their necks, bro. And it's all like a pleasure thing, because some of these rooms I was in, they would be like banging, like screaming at me, talking shit, and I'm like, yo, I don't even do that no more. I was like, Clubhouse, like, I'm so relaxed now. Like, I'm leveling up. Like, I don't like these things. People, they've made all kinds of lies about me on the internet, all kinds of lies. I've already went through all of that. So I sit through it. I'd be like, okay, what's next? You know, because I know when I step up in any space, people will understand where I'm coming from. Because I'm smarter than a lot of motherfuckers, you know?
Okay, let's stop there. Let's stop there. Let's stop there. Let's stop there. I don't blame everything on non-FBAs. I don't let them blame their stuff on us. They got that lie about me on Wikipedia, which is a damn lie. That I feel like, and other foundationals feel like, African immigrants are taking our jobs. I ain't never said no shit like that.
So I want to make it clear. I never said he said that. That's why I said they. So in these spaces that I've been in, there are people who have said immigrants are coming here and taking their opportunities, and that's included jobs, you know? So I never said he said that, but yes, if you've been watching this whole video, you know that I've said, even in these groups and cults, you know, you got ADOS, you got FBA, you got other names, people who are saying they indigenous black. So it's like there is not a cohesiveness, or there's no pan blackness within these groups and cults. Okay, so everybody has their own ideas, you know what I'm saying? And some people would say you are African, you can't say nigga, and some people would say you are African and you can say nigga, and some people will say you are African and you're not black, and some people will say you are African but we understand that you're also black by culture. So everybody has their own idea. There hasn't been a one constitutionalized idea or rhetoric amendment, nothing yet, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's not going to happen, because this is these movements and groups and ethnicities, they are very new, you know what I'm saying? So they still developing.
Like in Harvard, a person from Nigeria who just came over counts as a black person the same way that a person who's been in America for a couple hundred years, their family lineage, counts as a black person.
What? Adam, what the hell was that? What? We resent that a black person from Nigeria who goes to Harvard counts it. What was Adam? Adam, you need to call me. What the hell was that?
Yo, bro, this whole week on Twitter Spaces, these groups have been saying I'm not black. Like, what do you mean? He's acting like he doesn't understand what Adam is saying. This is like something that's happening in these like groups. It's happening. They saying you're not black. You're not black. That's the first thing. You're not black. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know why he's playing that role, but he knows exactly what Adam is talking about. And even in these groups, they're like, yo, I went and sat in front of a white man and I'm cooning and all of that, right? And it's so interesting because some of these groups that I went to speak in, they literally was like, yo, get Adam here to come talk to us. Get Whack here to come talk to us. But at the same time, you're saying Adam is a Nazi and anti-black, and I should have not went on his platform and spoke anything black. But you want him to come to your platform so y'all can have a discussion about blackness. What the fuck? Oh, so basically you just want to do what I did. You just don't like the fact that I was there, because that's what it amounts to. You telling me I should have not went there, but you telling me you want to talk to him. The fuck is you talking about? And why the fuck would I even connect you to that? You know what I'm saying? So you like, it's on bullshit, you know? And the guy, one of the guys who, you know, is a leader, you know, Tariq Nasheed, he's gone on this white man's platform. So when he went, what did y'all say? Oh, he had a good reason to go, but Beto didn't. Just content, man.
When did any of us say that? When the hell did any of us say anything remotely close to that? We resent some African who goes to Harvard who's classified. No, we don't. No, we don't. There's this whole thing that, yeah, they want to pretend that we're jealous of something. No, we don't resent nobody African going to no Harvard. What is that? I don't even know what that lie means. That's a weird ass lie. What the hell does that mean, man? Where did you get that from, brother? What kind of lie is that? That don't even make sense, man. And we resent them for being claiming black, some African who goes to Harvard. What the hell was that? All right, let me play some more. Let me play some more. Damn, brother. All right, hold on.
Person who's been in America for a couple hundred years, their family lineage counts as a black
but
person.
It's not the Nigerian. You got to tell the white man to change that. Because the Nigerian can't change. The Nigerian that's coming here don't have the power to dictate that.
Yeah.
And me saying this was me being disrespectful. So it's like, bro, it's like, and what some of the, because this is also like an assessment, right? So one of the things that I've learned is they will push up this whole black supremacist thing, like you are here in this country because of us, because this is our country and we are American and we did this and that's why you are here. And then in the next breath they'll be like yo, we're oppressed. What? Like, so you just trying to flex on me. So you trying to flex on, you telling me like you're here because of me. I got the power. Yeah. And oh yeah, but we oppressed though. We won't be oppressed until the white man gives, when the white man gives us the reparations, then we won't be oppressed. Until then, we are oppressed. So what is the issue when I say the white man got the power? Because you just agree that you're oppressed. That means somebody has to have power over you to oppress you. So that's why I'm saying the people who are the oppressors, they on document can say we're going to delineate like officially legislature. It's in the Constitution now and in an amendment, wherever, you know? But it's like when you turn to the African, you just literally trying to flex, you know? You're trying to flex.
You got to go to the white man and say, yo, separate us. We gonna be black and call them Africans. Don't put us together black/African. The African can't do that. So it's like you mad at the wrong person.
What kind of straw? They done made up a straw man argument, and they're arguing against their own bullshit straw man argument. What the hell is that? And we got to go to the white man and have him name us? No, we don't. Y'all got to go to the white man and ask him to change your name. No, we don't. No, we're self-identifying. Y'all got to go to the white man. Nigga, what are you talking about? No, we don't. We don't have to go to nobody. We have self-identified ourselves. That's the first step of power. When you identify yourself, you self-identify and say, hey, I don't give a damn what you say. We're calling ourselves this. This is who we are. This is who we are. That's the sign of power, because that gets everybody on code. Yeah?
Yo. So him saying you know, self-identification, there's actually nothing wrong with that, you know. But the question is it documented as FBA? You know how when you fill in our form, census, whatever you fill in our job application, and they're asking, it says black, right? Black, right? Does it say FBA? Or is Tariq saying we don't even need it to be on their documents? We're segregating ourselves, you know? Because if you're speaking about delineation and you're asking, you know, these white people for reparations, and then you want the reparations to come directly to your lineage so that the other, Africans and Caribbean people can't get your reparations. That's why you want to delineate, because you don't want them to be like, we giving this money to black people, and then African people can say, well, I'm black too, so let me get some of this money. So you want to be like, we are FBA. We are FBA. They're not us. We the ones that need this reparation money. Who the fuck is going to approve that if not the white man? Who's going to approve that? The white man has to agree, because he's the one that got the bag that you're trying to get, that you're saying is yours. Okay, cool. I want every black man to get their reparation. But that white man got to say, yeah, I agree. Them Africans is not y'all. Them Caribbean people are not y'all. This money is going to you, FBA, and I agree. And now from here on, I'm going to put it on all forms that you are FBA, so I can separate you from the Africans and whatnot. But when you say it, I think, there are people that were feeling like, and I've learned this in being in the spaces, there are people that feel like I didn't give credit to Black Americans, and it wasn't even the conversation. It's like they have created so many different conversations in this clip, right? Which is interesting. I create content, so it's like, we gonna keep talking. But it's like, yo, people like, we've done this, we built this, we just did it, boom. I'm like, oh, okay. So you want to let me know that you guys have accomplished a lot. Of course. I would never take that away from Black Americans. Of course, they have contributed so much to this country, to this world. A dominating culture, man. These are facts, But in that moment, I'm speaking specifically about delineation, and they blow it up and make it about everything. Well, look at my Uggs. Well, look at my Timbs. I'm the one that wore a cap first, and this is what I have done, and this is why I own America. And it's like, okay, cool. You want to flex to me that you own America? Okay, but who you asking for reparations? From, like, who comes in and speak and say, when I become a president, I'm going to do this for y'all. I'm going to do that for y'all. I'm going to do this for y'all. Come on, man. Them faces that control this Constitution. If I say that they're white and you say that they're not, you're just trying to argue with me. Cool.
We've identified ourselves, what our lineage is, what we should call ourselves, who's who, and what our culture is. That's power. But anyway, let me play the rest. All right. Man. Okay. Hold on.
Separate us. We gonna be black and call them Africans. Don't put us together black/African. The African can't do that. So it's like you mad at the wrong person. You know what I mean? So and that's but Tariq, he be hustling. That's his whole thing. It's like he
projection. They love. He be hustling. That's the tether projection. That's what y'all do.
Tether projection. Yo, bro, hustle is a word from hip hop, man. What you talking about? I don't think a tether was the first to say, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie.
Scam and hustle. That's a projection.
He push hate and he make money from that. You know what I'm saying?
Tether projections.
Like, I'm not gonna say the dude is not trying to build something, right, but he found like a niche, like people who are just mad at Africans.
And I want to say this, man, before Tariq goes. Listen, I do not think that he's not building anything. I think he's well read. He has documentaries, well studied. I think he's smart. I think he actually is looking out for his people. On the internet, he has a platform, and one of the things that he does to get traction is to, post clips, that will rile up his audience, and he antagonize people, he will find things that an African said or African is doing, and then he would create a distinction and say, this is not us, look at them, that's what they do. You know, it's to downplay other people, you know. So it's like you can be on the right path, but the tools that you use, there's going to be people that's going to speak on it, you know. And somebody like me that has a platform, I'll speak on it, you know. I don't tell people not to speak on me, you know what I mean. And so yeah, that's how I feel about Tariq, you know. I do think that he knows how to get his audience going, and he utilized that. And they probably believe in, you know, delineation so much that whatever way that he uses to antagonize them and get them riled up, they think that's part of the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Mad at you for what?
And he just antagonized them, and it's like, yo, let's go with these people, you know. And
yeah, I like the guy, but the way that he just consistently just goes back to everything being a non-FBA thing is kind of like unreal.
Because we're not letting nobody dump garbage on us. We're not letting nobody dump garbage on us. He pushed hate. That's a projection. You guys are the ones whose parents tell you when you get over there, stay away from them. Stay away from the Akata.
It's like, listen, who guys, bro, I say this all the time. I'm Ashanti. Where I'm from, if you drive 2 hours away from there, they speak a whole different language. So now take that and look at the whole country of Ghana, right? And just imagine how many dialects and cultures are just within that one country. Then look at West Africa, then look at East, then look at South, look at North, look at the whole entire Africa. Just imagine how many languages are in there. Just imagine how many billions of people are in there. Just imagine how many different cultures, music, tastes are in there. So to box them all and say, y'all say y'all's parents say, don't fuck with us. My parents didn't tell me that. So if y'all try to box me in that and I talk shit back, don't play a victim. You know, don't play a victim, because we all playing the generalization game. And I know playing victim is like a big thing in America because, you know, utilizing the English language to make yourself seem like, you know, you are a victim. It's empowering in this country. So people would jab at you, and the moment you say something, then they would take it and they'll all play victim. Oh my God, I can't believe you said this. Oh, and now that's the excuse to actually show you the hate that they have inside of them towards you. Because now they like, you see, you said the worst thing that you can ever say about us. So now it's okay for us to be demons to you. Come on, man.
That's your family who does that. That's y'all who come over here and create these little old segregated enclaves where you circulate your little money among yourselves. You dig? That's y'all who do that. That's you. That's y'all who got all these weird names for us over there. You understand? We're saying people are no longer going to dump their trash. You're not going to come over here and get all of the black benefits and then say, oh, let me distance myself from y'all. But if there's a Juneteenth program, let me sign up for some Juneteenth scholarship money or a Juneteenth grant. I'll be first in line for that. Because the idea...
So he's still, even if it's not about taking jobs, you're still saying they're taking Black American opportunities. You're still saying that. You're still saying that. You know what I mean? And that there's another thing where it's like, yo, don't come out here and speak on us, but CNN, ABC speak on what happens in America every day. But let a Black content creator speak. Oh, you can't. Not you. Let CNN do it. Let ABC do it. MSNBC do it. But you can't. You know? You can't. It's in the streets. They do the same thing to content creators that talk about street shit. They let CNN reporters report on what's going on in the streets every day. But let a Black person from the neighborhood build a media company and talk about what's going on in the streets. You a rat. You a snitch. You know? So like how we hold each other accountable, or we try to put fear or sabotage you know, other Black people's, you know, way of, you know, contributing to society or providing service, that, would have impact on the community. It's like how people would like nitpick it. It's like, let a black man go into a black place with their camera. It would be different than if a white man walked in there with the camera. The white man would seem more harmless. The black person speak or try anything is more under scrutiny than anybody else. It's very interesting, man.
Of us not carrying this.
So essentially, he is saying that you're taking opportunities and then distancing yourself. I don't know, man. I grew up in the projects. There's a lot of black people, Caribbean people, African immigrants, all living together, man. I got on the internet and then the world changed. And then you're like, oh man, people been feeling this way this whole time, and everybody's like, you felt this way first. You felt that way first. You felt that way first, man. All y'all been feeling that way, man. It all goes back to slavery, bro. People feel betrayed, man.
It terrifies them. That's why they stay in our mentions all the time. Nigga, we're the same boat that dropped you off in America, dropped me off over here. Shut up. The same boat talk. We all come from the motherland. All right, nigga. No, we have a different ethnic group. There's something called an ethnogenesis. All right? Where after a while, scientifically, after a certain group has been through a certain type of history, there's a new culture that has developed. And that's us. We've had an ethnogenesis. We've become a new ethnic group. Yeah? And that's fine. See, the thing is, so many people are used to tethering off of our ethnic group. When we tell people, hey, we don't really want you tethering on us. Why don't you take your wins and take them over there? We're going to take all of our wins and kind of count them over here. And then when you start counting the wins, the numbers over there are looking kind of low. Yeah? Because people have been riding on our coattail for a minute. Yeah? So yeah, we got to understand how the game is out here.
Yo, ultimately, I would say this. I believe that we all should appropriate each other's cultures if you are under the umbrella of black. That's my belief. You know what I'm saying? I think globalization is the black African that should be the most powerful face. But at the same time, I think these groups and cults, I think they are working very hard to get reparations, and they want to separate themselves from other people who are identifying as black so that the money comes to them. So it's all about the almighty dollar, because it's like, I'll kill you. I'll do Cain and Abel if the white man's money over the white man's money, because the white man's money's coming, because we don't want y'all to think that y'all can play black and get this money too. Nah. We want to delineate from y'all so we can get this reparations, because we see them white men about to cut that check. It all goes back to the same thing, man. The white man being in control again. And when I say it, that you got to deal with the white man directly, they say, we don't need to. What do you want from me then? You know what I mean? Oh, man. But salute, man. Go Gate